Hi everybody, it's me Legaro Laxon, also known as Chino and Artie. Ooh, it's already 3:13 a.m. in the morning because I just got off work about 4 hours ago. I'm just chilling. I've actually been doing reviews because I'm so happy having this. I'm talking about the Sony Experia Play. Um, it's really amazing to have one of these because it's like a beyond treasure gem. I've been waiting to have this for a long time, and it's like, when you have if people have been trying to get a Pandora computer, why get that when you can get one of these beautiful guys? This is all you need, but now the hardware specs is not as it used to be. That's why I went with the Moga controller, and unlike this one, it's a phone. It's basically a PSP Go, but a phone. And the cool part about it is just it just slides, it slides, and it has the wallpaper. But no matter what, it's still an Android operating system. And the worst Android operating system to me was the gingerbread. I hated it. I don't like it, and there's no way to make it an Android 4.0. It's impossible because, and also it tends to have errors now. I just realized there's a lot of bad um things about it so far, but yet for emulation it's perfect. I don't know what Sony has been going through. Sony has been destroying themselves, literally destroying themselves. So think about it. Well, I'm just gonna be talking about this phone, okay? You already know what's going on. Okay? This phone came out before the Vita. If they're gonna make an idea like this is very ahead of its time. Why not make the hardware stronger? Why put a single ARM processor when you can go dual, because the iPhone was already exceeding, but the screen is very sharp. So comparing it from the PSP or even the Vita, the screen is sharper than those units. So even the Go, look at the graphics, very boxy when you look at it, and the output on this is great. And there's a little complaint about it. It only has two triggers, and you got the L and R, but it doesn't have the L and R2 buttons. Um, and this is not really a Sony Experia Play. The real name of this is called a Sony Ericsson phone, and it was only released in, originally it started out in Japan and Europe, and then they finally released it in the US under Verizon. That's why I got this unit. It says Verizon on it, but this is an unlocked one. I finally got it unlocked, and it's they also have an AT&T after that because they realized, hey, wait a minute, we did something wrong, because I have AT&T. I love AT&T. They're very good price. So now, what's wrong with Sony? Okay, Sony had invented the Walkman. Kids now these days don't even know what a Walkman is. Imagine having four AA batteries playing your your regular cassette tapes on the go, right? And it would never skip. It would just slow down on you when your batteries drain. Um, then later on, they made a CD player on the go, but it skips when you're jumping or this and stuff. And then they invented the Walkman and this, and then they're doing their best. They did great in the gaming market, doing backwards capability. Anything backwards capability is the most important key to be a successful game console. Look what happened in Nintendo DS, backwards capability with the Game Boy Advance. Their PlayStation 2, backwards capability on, PlayStation 1. No progressive scan. Now this, all I could say about the Sony Xperia Play was they only have Android games for it. PlayStation 1 games. They're basically convincing you to rebuy your games you already had on PlayStation 1 and play it on the go. So, whatever you played at home is going to be on the go only. And there's also the Vita that's coming out soon, and then people were kind of confused what should they go for. People were looking at the specs, and the Vita they came out with a Wi-Fi only unit and also the 3G and 4G unit, but it's just for games only. Where's the phone feature? It would have been better, to succeed, but they didn't. They're basically doing what they did, what Sega did. They killed their own console. They killed this because look at the Game Gear, and then they made the Sega Nomad. They want you to take your games from your house on the portable on the go. But there was not really exclusive titles for this except that Bruce Lee game I noticed, and there was only 40 official titles that was released under this part, and they're all PlayStation 1 games. Yes. Now I'm not able to go to more games because the server is dead. Um, Another thing about the not this unit but the PSP Go, I made a review about it. Uh, you're gonna buy the games you already have already because you have to convert it into that version because you don't have the UMD disc reader no more. So they don't know what to do. I mean, the man who invented the PlayStation was the guy who used to work for Nintendo. He actually made sound chips, but I really like this. I really still now like this, and it's a treasure gem to me because I finally have a phone that's the very first phone game console. Um, I mean, they have China-made ones, but this is just it's a treasure. It's a rare. It's a If you have it in good condition, I'm keeping this in good condition because you don't know how much. And I actually have the original box version. This is actually a rare kiosk version, and I already explained what was inside because this is not the real version, how it was released in Verizon. But Sony's been messing up a lot. They're being hacked. Their movies are getting messed up too. I mean, look, they messed up my favorite movie a little bit on RoboCop because they own the title release on that. It's also under MGM, and even the release of the interview. That's another thing. See, Sony's been literally just going. I don't know. They're just going bad. Um, they're like PlayStation 3 when it came out. Not a lot of games came out on it later on until they finally learned how to program on it right. So this is a good gem. I'm gonna do this for a second. I'm going to plug you in. Oh, later. But people treat this as like you have a hacked PSP because they play Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance games. That's what's great about this is the emulators from Game Boy Advance and Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. The main certain games will run slow. There was something missing about this unit, I gotta say. I wish they had fixed that, but they didn't because the hardware on this is not as strong as it is because it is a small phone. If you can have PlayStation 1 games, why not have PSP titles on this unit? No, they didn't. Not one single PSP title was released on this unit. There's a way to play PSP games, but it runs really slow because due to the hardware, and also it's an emulator that's not by Sony. It's called PPSSPP, which I use on my Windows. It's enhanced, but it runs really choppy on this unit. So I don't use it for PSP. I use it for PlayStation 1 and exclusive titles for whatever I can get out of the gamepad. And yeah, it's really really cool just having that menu right there, and it says Sony Experia Play, PlayStation. It has that nice illuminating, like right there in that wallpaper, it moves, and the wave. So this is the Sony. I'm gonna put this thing. So I'm just gonna explain what's Sony doing. I mean, they're not. I mean, Xbox. They're going to the right path so far. With their PlayStation 4 console, we don't know what's going on with that. Everybody are more into Xbox because it has Smart Glass and Windows 10 is out. Sony don't have their own operating system so far, so because they're running under Linux, and yeah, so this is my take about the Sony Experia Play, about what Sony's messing up, and this part 3 of the video. Because I'm going to have another one, part 4, because there's a lot of things you got to go detail when it comes to retro review and background check on how they evolve to other things, like right now people are asking me, hey Chino, what's your cell phone now these days? I'm using a Experia, and this is what I use. Well, this one's, I retired this one because I use this for my emulators and PlayStation 1 and all that, and using my Moga controller. This one's a retired phone. That's my Experia. I have another Experia. This is the one I actually use. This is the one with my pen and everything. It's the same model, but just a little longer. They're both waterproof, so I can go swimming and take pictures. Um, the one I'm recording right now, this video, I'm using a Windows 10 phone by Nokia, because I like the camera that's built in on it. Because no matter what, when you have an Android base camera, it's not as sharp as it is on the Nokia or iPhone. So when you look at Android phones, even with this guy, my Sony Experia Play, the video quality is only 720p, while I can record 1080p on this camera, sometimes 720. So I really got to go detail on these things, because if you guys get to know me more, I actually go really detailed when I talk about electronic devices as much as I can do, not what I can say on YouTube, So right now I'm repairing another Sony because they don't know where they're going, because Microsoft is not supporting Blu-ray as a default media player. I'm repairing a Sony Vaio right now. This is a Vaio that belongs to a customer of mine, so I'm actually going to, this is one of those, it's called the Vaio, it's too dark. Hold on, let me turn this, yeah, there we go. It's a Vaio flip. Basically you remove the lock and then you flip it, so for presentation, and then it turns into a tablet. Yeah, that's what's good about it. So it flattens your keyboard. And let me flip that again. Oh, give me a second. There you are, you little critter. Ooh. So now I'm turning it on and I'm restoring this computer back to its original state. At Sony's like, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have Blu-rays anymore on their laptops. I actually have a laptop that's a Sony Vaio with a Blu-ray reader. I have a Blu-ray reader on my desktop right here. It's just, this is a pure reader. It doesn't burn or nothing. It reads DVDs, CDs, anything. Yeah. But in other terms, this is a great laptop that using as a tablet. But I use, if you want something just like that, that's why I go for a Nextbook. So but yeah, and also here's another review. I'm doing reviews about this control later on. This is for those VR units as well as an all-in-one controller. You can turn it like this or like this, but I'm going to be making a review about this because it's going to go in depth about it. But I thank you guys for watching my reviews, and please subscribe to my channel or add me on your Facebook so I can chat with you, video chat, etc., etc. Thank you for watching.